Today is Thursday, February 2nd, 2012. Last week I was 215.1. This week I'm 211.7, so that is a 3.4 pound loss. Um, so last week I was talking about that I was going in for a fill. I got a point 0.3 cc fill. I didn't want to go back up to 4 cc's that I was at in November whenever I couldn't, tolerate much. And I was like, I don't want to be there. I don't want to feel that tight. And I told the nurse that, because the nurses do fills there, that I didn't want to feel like I was gonna choke on everything, or maybe not choke. Choke is a horrible word. But I don't want to feel stuck, and feeling stuck really sucks. So 0.3 up to 3.8, and I feel good. I mean, it feels good. I don't think that I'm at my green spot, and I don't even know where that green zone is. I don't know where it is. I don't know if I'll ever reach it because I'm, you know, I'm at 3 cc's and I'm like, what, 8 months out now? And 3.8, yeah. I don't know. I'm too scared. I don't want slippage for one. I don't want to be uncomfortable. I don't like it. I don't want it. Um, so I'm at 3.8. And this year, my dad's company, I'm under my dad's insurance, they changed their insurance. So we went from United Healthcare to Blue Cross Blue Shield. And guess what? Blue Cross Blue Shield does not cover any surgery stuff. Doesn't cover obesity reduction services, and anything of that sort. And so I have to pay out of pocket for fills now. Fills are 120 each. That's ridiculous. But thankfully, my surgeon's office offers like a $40 a month plan. So for $40 each month for 6 months, you can get fills. So that's way better than paying 120. And I know that in 6 months, I'll get more than two fills, and that's the cost of two fills. Um, so I talked to my mom about it, and she was telling me, well, imagine if we had Blue Cross Blue Shield when you decided to have surgery. You wouldn't even have a lap band, and you be thankful for what you've gotten so far. And out of pocket, my surgeon charges $10,000 for the band. Um, so that's $10,000 that I saved, and then the fills that I've gotten since then. So it's okay, I guess. Um, I also thought that day was support group because usually support group is on Thursdays, and some nurse that I don't really like, sorry, I don't like her, she couldn't make it to Thursdays, and she wanted to be at the support group meetings too. So they changed it to the last Tuesday of the month. So it was so irritating. Anyway, I love um, the support group leader though. She is great. Um, I want to talk about my Couch 5K. I finally finished week 3. I brought my speed down to, I was at 7, and I brought it down to 6, and then I've crept it back up to 6.5. So, feels good. It feels good to run. It feels like, I don't know, I do believe in that runner's high. I do get that. It feels good, and I'm like, let me just run for a little bit more. And my friend who I talked about before that does a lot of 5Ks. he told me to sign up for the rodeo run, which is in a couple of weeks, and I'm like, oh, I'm kind of scared. I don't know, because I'm gonna be what in like week 5 by the time that happens, and he's like, well, it's gonna set a good start time and that you can do better off of, and it's scary. I don't know. I haven't done it. I haven't signed up yet, so we'll see. Um, I've been binging. I had been binging a lot since Sunday to Wednesday. On Sunday, my mom brought like a big, huge bag of like a couple of different popcorn flavors, and I was like, it was from the Boy Scouts, and she had like ranch, garlic parmesan, cheddar cheese, etc., etc., etc. And my boyfriend was with me that day. He was at my house, and we were watching a movie. And of course, popcorn, movie, they kind of go together, right? Excuse me. And I was like, you want some popcorn? And he's like, yeah. And I went to go get it, and I was like, I'm gonna weigh mine. I weighed it, but as I was weighing it, I was eating it. Like, why weigh popcorn whenever you're stuffing your face with it? So I probably ate like 2 servings while weighing it. And oh yeah, I'll just, serve myself half a serving. I'll be okay. And then I had my half a serving, and then I was like, "Oh, well, I also want other popcorn, so let me have that." Ah, yeah, no. It was no good. I'm laughing, but it's not funny. And then on Monday or Tuesday, I had a shitload of chocolate. One of our staff has children, and they're doing that chocolate sales for fundraising. And one of my, I guess she's my boss. I don't know. I don't know who's my direct boss. Anyway, she bought like 6 of them from her, and she offered them to people because she didn't want to eat every one of them. And I took one, and I was like, I'm just gonna eat one square. It was 4 squares. It was like the long bar, almond bar. And then I was like, I'll take another square. And then I took another square, and then by the time I was at the 3rd square, I was like, well, fuck it. I already fucked up. Lots of profanity there because it was needed. Um, it was no good. And then I don't know. And then on Tuesday I ate till I was full, and then I was eating so fast that I had a soft stop, and it was like fine, it went through the band, um, and then 15 minutes later, like I stopped eating. I stopped eating the chicken. I was almost done anyway, and then 15 minutes later, I was like, oh, let me have some strawberries with chocolate. Like, it's sugar free. It's okay. No, it's not okay. Um, I just had a soft stop. Like, I needed to stop eating. But I stuffed the strawberries down too. And I don't know, like, I don't know if my mind will ever fix itself. I don't think it will. I mean, food is an addiction, and I never really thought about it that way until after surgery, that I would be full, and I'd still stuff myself some more, especially because I'm not as tight as other people are, and um, there's room to be stuffed. Not much room, right? But there is room to be stuffed, and I don't know. I gotta work on that. I definitely have to work on that. Um, so I watched my 600-pound life on TLC, and I think most of the people that are getting gastric bypass on there are getting it in Houston, which is kind of interesting because I'm in Houston, but I don't know who that surgeon is. And like every time it comes back from commercial, if they show the doctor, they put his name on the bottom, but I can never like see it. Um, and it was pretty interesting to see it, and I think it gives a really good picture of how we, all of us, all weight loss surgery patients, deal with things and the changes that that we go through with it. And it's pretty interesting because it's very relatable, even though, some of us weren't at 600 pounds when we started this journey, but, you know, 600 pounds, 300 pounds, 250 pounds, we're still overweight and we're still, trying to get rid of our excess weight. So it's interesting to see. And then she said one thing. She said, the doctor did surgery on my stomach, but I wish he would have done surgery on my brain, or somewhere along those lines. And it's very true. Just because we have a tiny stomach or a stoma or whatever you want to call it doesn't mean that our all of our problems are solved. Um, okay. Enough about that. I really do enjoy the show. It comes out on Wednesdays on TLC. Um, I actually, I gotta admit this. So, I talked about my binging a couple of the last 3 days. Well, not last week. Yeah, whatever. Those 3 days of binging. And then I was, you know, food is always on my mind. 24/7, food is on my mind. And today, like, probably like an hour ago, I was like, I want a snack. I want to eat a snack. Then I go overboard, um, because I'm not eating until like in a couple minutes, actually. Um, and then I saw Michelle's picture, Michelle the Bandit. I saw a picture of her because we're friends on our personal Facebooks, and I saw a picture of her at the dentist, and she looked so good, and I was like, let me not go for that snack. I want to look like Michelle. So that was good. Thank you, Michelle, for posting that picture and making me want your weight. I guess I don't know, but yeah, it was a great week. Hoping for a better one next week. Of course, don't we all wish for a better week next week? Um, so yeah, that's it. I'll talk to you guys next week.